Connecting. Yay. Okay. So hi, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight to our little inspirational cooking class, or welcome if you are watching this tomorrow on our YouTube channel. So this is the first time we've done this in this way. So please allow for us to be a little bit clunky. Sometimes it's harder when we don't actually have people on, even though we know that they're going to watch it afterwards. So we'll just go through our little steps. We'll have a little bit of a chat to you as we go. And first of all, my name's Lisa, and I'm Lisa Barrow because there's two Lisas on here, and we'll most likely be on all the future classes as well. So I'm Lisa. I live in Dowula, which is south near Bunbury, for those of you who haven't heard of that. And I'm a consultant and a team leader, and I've been with Thermomix for too long, since 2008. So lots and lots of fun along the way, and this is a great experience for us to be learning as well. I'll flick you over to other Lisa, and then we'll talk about what we're cooking tonight.
Yes, hi, I am Lisa Galt. I live in Bebre Lake. I've been a consultant for 8 out of the last 10 years. I took 2 years off, 18 to 20, and yeah, loving being back on Zoom.
Yeah, it's good fun, for sure. Okay, so what we're doing tonight is we're going to do a, it's kind of like, it's called pull-apart sunshine bread, and you might have seen quite a few of the other different types of pull-apart breads. It's not actually a bread, so it's a really amazing quick dish that you can put together for a breakfast or a lunch, brunch, those sorts of things. So we're going to do that one for you. We're also going to, and in that I'm going to show you how to use a sensor, which is our new little tool. So I'll explain that when we get to it. And then Lisa's going to do potato bake, and we're also going to be showing you the cutter when we do that. And then finally, we just want to quickly show you how quick and easy a stir fry can be in the Thermomix, a 20-minute dish, chili beef. So we'll be doing those 3 in less than an hour. So away we go. Am I going first with the bread?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just turn the oven on. First. All right. So the beautiful thing about Thermomix is it tells you to turn the oven on. I love that step. If you skip that step because you think, oh, no, don't worry about that, I'll do it later or whatever, then you probably forget to put the oven on. So I just love how that's the first little step in the recipe. And I've greased my Bundt tin, and it says to flour it. The other day I didn't flour it, so we'll see if that makes any difference. This is one of our beautiful Bundt tins from the mix shop, and we've got a whole different range of those, but we'll talk about mix shop as we go as well. Right. Okay, so I've got this recipe up and running, and Lisa will show you how to get hers, and I'll show you how to mine are in a weekly plan. So when I do the next one, I'll show you how that one goes. So set bunchies aside. Love it. Right, 150 grams of cheddar. So I've pre-weighed, but we'll just tear the scales. Some of these might be a little bit extra because it's kind of, doesn't really matter how much cheese you put in it. And bacon. There's definitely extra bacon.
Of course.
You're not going to leave a couple of bits. Look, I haven't got the parsley because it was bucketing down and I didn't want to get wet. And that's it. So I'm chopping it. Super quick. No kneading with this one. And half the mixture goes on a plate. Now, I find the base of the thermoservice for this sort of dipping stuff, if you're putting breadcrumbs or anything, it works really well because it's got the rim around it. So I'm just going to put half of that, roughly. Bit less. It all ends up in it in the long run. I just need to make sure I've got enough to put on at the end. So about half. So there's the other half. You can see how easily it chopped. And it was good that it chops the bacon and cheese together. Now I've got self-raising flour, and that's where it's a little bit different to a bread or other thing. It's almost like a damper, like a gourmet damper. There you go. I did right. And butter. Did Fred get my butter? Right, here it is. So Fred, my beagle, is very quick at getting anything I leave on the side of the bench. Sometimes I look around and go, where did that go? Salt and pepper. So organized tonight. Salt and pepper all in one there. And that's it. Milk. I'll show you. I'll just show you the consistency and how much there is there. So you can see, and that's the bacon and cheese is crushed up, so it's all in the flour. It's all milled. Okay. Milk. And last step. Okay, so I've got my silicone bread mat. So these are amazing. This one particularly because it's got circles and it's got measurements along the side, which I need. And it's available as a host reward, or you can buy them in our mix shop as well. But it's an amazing host reward. If you'd like to know a little bit more about how you can host and access some of the rewards, or just mainly to learn more about your Thermomix, then you can ask us. So it comes out quite, where am I? Quite sticky. Not sticky, it's different to, it's slightly like scone, but it's softer. That goes on here, and then in a tick, I'll pass over to Lisa because I'm a little bit specific and I have to roll it into a log, which I'll try and move my mat so you can see. And then it's 10 pieces. So I like to measure, particularly for this, because it's going in the tin, so you want it quite even. So I kind of just go along a little bit and move and use my little cutter to make sure it's kind of even. So that'll take me a little bit of time. So while I'm setting that up, I'm going to hand over to Lise.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I am doing, let me pop that in. I am doing the potato bake with the cutter. So it's actually a recipe that has the cutter in as well. So start cooking. So preheat oven to 200. As well, set aside a baking dish. Place large bowl on the lid. Now I've already weighed my 1200 grams of potatoes, and I've already peeled them and set the bowl aside. So, and I will show you now, I've already cut most of them. Well, that only took me a minute or two. So I'm just going to pop that in there in my baking tray. And then I'll show you the last couple of potatoes. So insert the shaft, which is the most important thing I'm going to take out. And the slicing. So we have a slicing side and a shredding / grating side. So I'm going to put the slicing side up, and we can do thin or thick. So these are the thick. That's how thick they are. And the thin ones are more of a like a potato chip, thins potato chip. So then we've got a picture, place the cutter in position, put your potato on there. So this can go either way. So the cutter as well is available at the next shop for pre-order at the moment for arrival late June, I think.
Yes, I don't have an exact.
Right. Have an exact timing? June, July. No?
No,
Later.
I need to go. Yeah, I'm not sure
Oh, you're
because
doing
I'm
your
thinking.
measuring. Yeah.
No, because the bowl is July. But I
Late.
can't remember.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's got the mode in here already within the recipe. So I'm going to turn this to thick and it start going. So I'm just going to do 3. And it's seriously that's good. And then I will show you the 3 that are done and then pulling it apart. So that's 3. So it holds about 800 grams. So just remember that if you're going to do 1,200 grams of potatoes, then you need to empty it at least once. Alrighty. So definitely take the shaft out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly show. So I've made my log. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's better. So I've made my log. On the sides here is measurements. So I just went right in the middle, 30, and I went 15 either way to make my 30 centimeters. And then I got my ruler out, and I just went 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. And then I've got my little cutter, so it doesn't cut the bread mat. Nice little cutter. So I'll just keep cutting those, and then I'll start dipping. And then when you've got a little break, Lise, you can swing back and I'll show what I'm doing.
All right, no worries. So I use the cutter, but my bowl is still shiny clean. You can see there. So then I'm going to do the rest of the recipe. So 100 grams of Gruyere. I'm not the biggest fan of Gruyere, so I'm a Parmesan girl. And you're in charge of the recipe. So then next, so I do what I want to do. So it says turn speed selected to 10, 4 seconds. And it's quick. Then next, transfer into a bowl and set aside. And do that. There's our Parmesan all cut up. And I just tap it out. And we go garlic cloves, which is the very one thing I did not do. There's always something. Always something.
So while you're doing that, so you can see that I'm popping them in the tray here. So what I did was I got my little pieces, and I got my cheese and bacon, and I'm just sticking a little bit of cheese and bacon on each one, and then I'm putting them in face up so that the cheese and bacon is on the top. And then you just keep going around, and sometimes there's a little bit extra, so you just pop it in the middle or wherever you like. And we'll get this one cooked, hopefully, before we finish. If not, we'll put a photo up. I think, did I take one the other day? I think I might have.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So then if there's any cheese and bacon left, pop that one in there, you just sprinkle it on top. Looks different to the other day, of course. And do you want to get going, Lisa, and I'll get the sensor?
Yep. So I've got my garlic clove in there. Chops it.
Not good.
And scrape down the sides of the bowl.
How's that?
Beautiful. We'll keep it out. Go back 500 grams of pouring cream. So I always use the Harvey Fresh or the other one, the red or the blue.
And you can also use, I've discovered, there's you can get a long life cream. I can only find one, but it's handy to have in your cupboard.
That's good.
And it's 250 mils. That's what I used in my one that you're going to see in a bit.
Right. And
now,
then we've got our... Yep, I'll just pop my salt and pepper in. Teaspoon of salt. And a pinch of black pepper. And I am a radical. I'm not going to do the nutmeg. Insert measuring cup.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, I think I just don't understand it. So, mixing. Let's go back. I just want to read the next. So 10 seconds. Feed 3. And then I pour it onto the potatoes. There we go, pour mixture. Sprinkle with the cheese and then bake 45 minutes. So there's our mix there. Pour it all over.
I think I've done it.
Yep.
Okay. So now I had a bit of trouble today. I've got the sensor in. I'm going to time it as well. The sensor, now this brand new little thing, you can do it with your meat and those sorts of things, which is what the Meter Plus was. But now Wolvik and the Meter Plus guys got together and we can now use the sensor, it's now called. We can still do the meat stuff, but we can use it for breads and cakes and any of those things. I've used it a couple of times in the bread, and I bake easy everyday white bread. I bake 3 loaves at a time, and then it lasts us for a few weeks or so. And I always, it's right, I tap it, I do all those things. But the other day I used this in it, and it was the best bread I've ever made because it works on temperature. I've put these in a little bit different today, so it's not as flat as it was. So I've tried to pop it in there, and we'll see how it goes, but I'll time it as well. We can see when it's cooked. So how does it work? The sensor hooks up, obviously, to Wi-Fi. There's an app that goes on your phone, or you can operate it directly through the Thermomix. So once I've put the sensor in what I need to cook, I simply go onto the Thermomix and say that I want to use the sensor. I choose the temperature, and then it gives me the option to choose any of the things that I want to cook and what I'm going to put it in. So the meats are there. So if I were going to cook lamb, when I click on lamb, it asks me what I want to do with the lamb. Is it a chop? Is it a roast? And then when I go in there, it'll ask me what type of meat it is, and then it will ask me how I like it cooked, well done, etc. And you just push the buttons, put the sensor in, and away you go. And that's the same for the breads. So when I go in here into bread, it asks me, am I doing a basic dough or a rich dough like a brioche or something, quite heavy? So I put this in as just a basic bread. And when I click on that, it says that it's going to be 96 degrees when it finishes. And when it starts, it takes a while to think about how long it's going to cook for. So when I send it now, the probe's in, and it says that it's on 22 degrees currently, and it's going to go to 96. It says 50 minutes, but that's an estimate. And as it heats up, and depending on, obviously also where you put the probe, it needs to be in the thick, the main part, then it will work out the temperature as it goes, and it will adjust it until it's perfect. I made this one the other day and I followed the time that it would be to cook it, and it looked all right. And it was only another 3 minutes. I thought, oh, it's going to burn for sure. But it came out and it was absolutely perfect. So we'll see how we go tonight. So you just leave this near the stove while you're cooking, and I'll whack that in the oven.
Cool. And so here is my potato bake, all prepped and ready to go into the oven. And I'll just set it there until my oven is heated up. So, and then I finish that. Now, the other thing I'm going to make today is I've actually put both in my week. The sticky chili beef. Now, I've actually start cooking. I have actually already marinated my beef because it is 25 grams of dark soy, 4 tablespoons of honey, runny honey, tablespoon of tomato ketchup, and a red chili. Now, I'm a big baby about my chili, so I've just put maybe a third of a chili. And then it says pop it into the fridge for half an hour. So I've done that. Mixing bowl, you chop it first, transfer to a bowl, then you put your sirloin steak in, whatever steak, move the bowl, pop it in the fridge for 30 minutes. Now we've just got our sesame oil. So always pour a little less than it says because you've still got, 13, you've still got liquid going in as you stop pouring. Add my marinated steak and the marinade. So that's always a big thing to know, is whether it wants the marinade as well. There we go. Ensure the meat is evenly spread around the bowl. Pull it down. I'm going to spread that around because it's going to be like a frying pan. It's going to heat from the bottom and fry for us. Then place our splash guard. So the splash guard is for the TM6 because it goes to 160 degrees. There it is. In a recipe. So done. Now 5 minutes max, and away it goes. So you can't hear because I've actually got mine to noise cancelling, but it does just stir it a little bit and then heat for the bottom. And you'll be able to see once the bowl itself gets to 37 degrees, a green line will start coming around our temperature. And then once it hits over 60, the lights will turn red and the line around the outside will turn red as well.
So this is for those of you who are TM5 owners or 31 owners, this is one of the main functions that is kind of a game changer, because a lot of us with our other models would say, oh, but it doesn't brown or it doesn't slice or grate. So now we've got the cutter, which you've seen, and then this is what we call high heat. So it basically turns it into a frying pan. So if you can get yourself off to a cooking experience with your consultant or to one of our classes in person or our open homes, we're doing open homes twice coming up in June, and then we'll be doing them probably monthly from there on. So just keep in touch with your consultant for them. And you can just pop in a couple of hours, it's free, and come along and actually see the Thermomix in person. So that's a way for you to then hear it sizzling. We'll always do something that's high heat. The other day we did honeycomb and we did some onions as well. So you'll always see something where you'll see functions that maybe you haven't seen before. And of course, if you've got a TM6, then it's all about just learning and finding functions. For example, the other day, people hadn't used the egg boiler function, yet for some of us, it's the best function that we've ever had. And here we have Sonia. So yeah, so we'll go from there. I'm just welcome Sonia when her audio is connecting. Hey Sonia, thanks for joining us. We've been cooking quite a bit and we've recorded it for you. So you can always pop on YouTube and have a look at it after. But you're going to get to see the end results of stuff. And Lisa's doing the stir fry. Feel free to come off mute and answer any questions. We are recording, just so you know. But you're the one here and we know that there's people definitely going to be watching. So if you've got any questions that you popped on for tonight, please feel free to ask, because it's like a personal chat room, or just type them in the chat box and we can ask them after that. But lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in.
Thank you.
Now, sensor-wise, can you see? I might just try. Is that going to make it worse or better? See how it's up to 48 now? And it says that it's got 13 minutes. So it never actually really needed the it said approximately 50. Every bread will start with approximately 50 minutes because it will depend on the bread itself. But it will gradually drop down and adjust. So that's 13 minutes. And according to my watch, which I set for based on the time it said, this says there's 14 minutes. So it's pretty accurate, and we'll see, just depending on, as I said, I made the bread a little bit different. So we'll see how it goes. But it's already up to 53, so it's just jumping down now. And I might go and have a look and see what it actually looks like.
Awesome.
Are you waiting?
And I've got about a minute left.
A minute, okay. Now,
yeah.
So I've just mentioned the open homes and these virtuals. So these classes are going to be, we're doing these every fortnight now. So someone's here, no one's here, we'll record them and we'll pop them up. As long as you register, then we'll be able to get you the link for the class to see what we've been doing. But obviously we like to have some faces and some interaction if we can. So we'll be doing different things. So if there's something, Sonia or anyone else that you'd like to see us doing, please just flick your consultant an email, a text or whatever, and just say, look, I'd really like to see someone doing a juice, or someone doing a gluten-free dish. So just give us that feedback and we will, because we're always going to be looking, if we're doing this every fortnight, so 3 dishes times 26, think about that one. So we always need our own inspiration as well.
Yes, and I love to be challenged by something different.
Yes.
So here's my beef. Try and catch the light there. Can you see
the
it?
light. It's a bit dark, but that's a good thing because we want it to be dark, because it's got all the soy in there, so all the flavors are in there.
Yes.
Maybe
that's
if you show it.
fantastic.
Yeah, maybe if you show it now.
That way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that's brown, and then in the thermo bowl, what you'll see is we start getting that caramelization, which is what we're going to get, that extra flavor. Oh, most of it's come out because of the soy.
Yeah, because of the soy, yeah. Okay, so the veg, I have actually I've got carrots, the 1 red capsicum from Woolies, and broccoli.
How much was your capsicum?
They're
a little bit pricey. Yeah, they're a little bit pricey.
And there was literally only 1. 10 grams of sesame oil. I couldn't find any the other day. Down in Mandurah, there was 0, no capsicums, no red, no yellow, no orange, no green, none.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. It's a bit hit and miss with veg at the moment. Okay, so now this is where we're stir frying the veg. So throw the wok out.
And away we go. So 3 minutes on 120. And then we put the beef back in.
A lot quicker. put it in the wrong spot. I think it's going to cook a little bit before it's. I think I put it in the wrong because I put it in because of the way I shaped it. I think I put them more in a V this time, so I might not have put it in the thickest.
The thickest part.
So we'll see how it goes. It's just not super brown on top. If it's not, I can always stick it somewhere else after, and it will rejig it. So we'll just have a little look. But still got 5.
Yeah, I know it made a huge difference to my banana bread. The sensor when I made it, because I always had the soggy bottom on my banana bread.
It's quite amazing. So so with the sensor, that is a host reward at the moment. It's a limited time host reward. So you can get it at a really discount price or a really, really discount price. And that ends, I think, on the 4th of June. So there's still a few days to host. You can host virtually. If that is something that you'd rather do, you can always grab a couple of friends and do a virtual cooking experience. It's just the same, just that you can't taste it. So, and we'll just cook some of the dishes as well. So there are a lot of other host rewards. We've mentioned a couple of other ones tonight, and you can. We've got it's so many now that I'm not going to rattle them off, but there are lots. Ask your consultant. Have you got any questions, Sonia? Nope. Whoop. I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, can you?
Yeah.
I thought I was on mute. Sorry, I thought I was on mute. No questions. I've got the old TM31, I think it's called. Yes.
Yeah.
So I have been. In fact, I actually hosted a dinner party last night with my family, and I got the Thermomix out and I made some pumpkin soup within 30 minutes from them arriving. I had the 2 jugs and I made it, and I got inspired again to use it.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
I'm one of these very reluctant people that, I just go back to my old habits of the fry pan and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I get really, Sandy's really great. She, she sends me a lovely recipe and she keeps on at me, and then I get all excited again. Then I'll try a new dish and then I go away.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic.
But I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yeah, and a lot of these dishes you can still do in the 31, just that you'll do the stir fry without the extra high heat, or those sorts of things. So the 31s are still an amazing product, and of course you can always trade up when you're ready. If you want to. So pop along to open house or something so you can see it all in person as well.
Yeah.
And I know Sandy will be in touch with you for sure.
Yes, she has sent me the details, but unfortunately I don't think I can get there at this point. But
that's all right.
Who knows? It's I've got all the appliances, everything that goes with it, but I've just got to learn how to do it,
Yeah.
And
well, if you pop along to these anytime or register and you can grab the link and watch it, you'll be able you'll learn heaps. So great.
I've been to 2 of your 2 of the ones in the church up at
yes.
Yep. So I've again come away inspired and do a couple of dishes and then slowly, dwindle away. Cooking's not my forte.
That's why we have Thermomixes.
Exactly.
Thermomix certainly helps. So here's my veg.
Beautiful.
I've done a bit of a hack there with my light.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put the sauteed beef back in. And the marinade with the sauteed beef. And then pop it all back in. And then pop my flash guard back on. And away it goes for another 3 minutes. So it's 3 lots of 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's very, very quick dish.
Yep. Yeah.
It's one of our go-tos. And you don't have to use, I do it with pork quite a bit. So I buy the thin, the pork thin slice type ones, and then I just slice it up like you would the beef, and it's really nice with the pork. And if you could use chicken, you could probably even do prawns or something like that, because it is so quick. But the pork,
And it just says
pork with
300
nice.
grams of veg.
That's right, any veg. Yeah, whatever you feel like. Yeah. And I did do a customer of mine the other day, did it with frozen veg. Not quite the same, not the same color, but packet of mixed veg, threw it in. So that's even quicker.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, good. Okay, now this is now saying 3 minutes. So it hovered at that 5 minute mark for a little while the temperature's adjusting. It's at 91. So we've got 5 degrees to go, and we'll see. It's looking good, actually. Quite amazing.
That's good. Do you want me to go through the deals at the moment?
Yes, please.
Right. So at the moment, for TM31 owners, you can trade in at any time. Going through the service department, it's $380 off the price of the TM6. We've also got a TM5 trade-up offer now until the 18th of June. And you can keep your TM5 if you wish. So you get $300 off the price of a new TM6, plus you also get a $395 ball blade lid set like this here. So it's $695 value. And you get to keep your TM5. You can sell it, you can keep it, or you can send it back. And then also at the same time, for people who just want to buy a TM6, we have the best deal of the year, of course, which is our $29 ball blade and lid, valued, like I said, $395 normally when you purchase a TM6. And that's also till the 18th of June.
So basically, it's trade, no trade.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And the sensor is on the host reward. There is also, for those of you who do have a TM5 or who are gifting your TM5 and your giftee doesn't have a cook key, the cook key is on offer as a host reward to help you be able to support them with their TM5 Thermomix and Cookie Do. So that's something that's a little bit special at the moment as well, just to support you, particularly if you are trading and gifting your Thermomix to someone else who then need to take out their own Cookie Do subscription. And ta-da!
Here is our sticky beef. That looks fantastic.
Does.
I have to put my light on next time. But that looks great, and that took no time at all. A couple of minutes to make up the marinade, stick it in the fridge, and then 3 lots of 3 minutes of cooking.
Yeah. And the bread is down to 2 minutes, so we're getting there. So I pre-made the potato bake so that we were, so we didn't hang around over time for a long time. And I did use the cutter, of course, as well, but I've done it, I mix sweet potato and potato. So I'll take a little scoop out in a moment and just show you how the layers have worked with the cutter being so beautifully perfect. And I'll do that now. I'll grab a thing, grab a spoon, plate, and you can see, where shall I show? Show here.
Oh,
yep,
perfect.
You can see the layers underneath, just add some colour. Of course, everyone's made potato bake, but the thing about this is I never made potato bake until I had the cutter, because it took a couple of minutes. And I also used the peeler for this one as well. So the whole thing to throw together was just so quick. So that is there, and you can see the layers. And this is our beautiful Fira cast ironware, and it just makes cooking so easy, so beautiful. Bit heavy, but good. All right, now it says 1 minute, so let's wait and see what happens. Ta-da! Have a look. I think we did it. We did it. 1 minute. So I always, you know, you want to check it, you want to take it out. When I made the little cakes the first time, I tried it. I don't think you can hear that. So it's doing a little
Yeah, I heard
time.
that.
Yeah, okay, I'll get it. There we go.
Oh,
Hey, that looks good.
It does. It looks like the picture. So I'm pretty
wow.
happy with that. So the sensor was spot on. I don't need to test. It needs to cool a little bit, and then you obviously turn it, and it's literally you put it down and people pull off their piece. So there's 10 or so pieces in there that they can you know, pull off and dip in soup or breakfast. Bacon and eggs, so bacon and cheese, so really good for breakfast and brunches and things like that. It's a really easy one. Now, Sonia, you can we'll make sure we get you the recipe for that.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely do every step of that in the TM31.
Perfect. That's a good one. Looks like a good one to start with.
Yes, easy peasy. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lisa. You can say something too.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming along.
We will see you in 2 more weeks.
Mhm.
And we'll have some different dishes to do on that one. So it's always every second Thursday at 7:30 p.m, no matter what. There might be different consultants sometimes, but we'll pretty well all be here. And Lisa, the tech guru, will have this up on her YouTube, and we'll send a link to everyone who registered. We'll send a link so you can jump on and fast forward and have a look at the bits you want.
Lovely, thank you.
Oh, all right. Thanks for popping in, Sonia. It's so
Awesome.
lovely
Thank
to
you.
have someone in person.
Okay, lovely, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thanks,
Thanks.
ladies.
Come along
Bye-bye.
every
Okay.
fortnight.
Yeah.
I will. I'm going to put it in my diary right now. Yep.
Cool.
Excellent.
Brilliant. Thanks,
Thanks.
Sonia.
Cool.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.